MacVoices is sponsored by MintMobile. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/MacVoices. Hi, I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices at CES in Las Vegas. Folks, each year we try to make sure we stop by the IOGEAR booth or table or whatever to see what's new, because they always have not one or two new products, but so many cool new things that you need to know about. This is Marco, and he's going to take us through at least the first set of some of the things we're going to talk about. Marco, it's good to see you.
You as well. So here we have our upstream line. So this ranges from beginning level capture devices all the way up to professional production switches. So here we have entry level capture device, very simple. It's just for one camera. If you want to just set up a lifestyle podcast, something just showing your own face, plug and play, works on laptops, tablets, anything that supports Type-C. Going up, we have another one. This one gives you an output so you can see the content that you're playing. This is mainly going to be used for gaming or streaming gameplay on Twitch, YouTube, whatever platform you want to use. Next one gives you a little bit more components. So this one is going to give you two inputs, HDMI 1 and HDMI 2 here, a program out to be able to see the output that you're mixing. This one also gives you the addition of a XLR mic and two audio connections as well, if you have a separate audio mixer that you want to encode. So these three that we just went through all require a computer to stream. All right, so once we get to the production switch here, so this Upstream Pro video production switch is PC free and stream ready. So all you need to do is plug in an Ethernet port in the back, set up your stream key, hit go live, and you're good to go. So no separate computer is needed to get you online. The iPad itself is just to control the scenes. So you have 8 scenes that you could pick from. You could preset overlays, adjust where you want your cameras and everything, and then make your transitions through the presets. So you have 8 preset scenes, 3 HDMI inputs that you could mix from. Okay. On top of being able to mix video, you could also mix audio. So you have the 2 audio inputs from the 2 HDMI video inputs that you're mixing, a 1/4-inch connection for a mic, and then also 2 more RCA connections for an audio mixer or any kind of audio input that you want to connect. So once we get here, transitioning can be done either with the button to just transition on its own, or you can control it with the T-bar if you want to transition and control the speed of it as well.
Okay, so I want to make sure I understand what it is we're looking at. So right now you have machines running or something running that are playing I guess, the game.
Correct.
And you're mixing between that and the camera here.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
So we have the Nintendo Switch here hooked up as one of our HDMI inputs. We have one camera here set up showing us here locally. And we also have a third camera set up that is hooked up on one of our ceilings up there. And if we switch to that one, we could get a separate one here. So this would be something that you could use if you don't want to show the gameplay, you just want to show something else while you're making adjustments to the gameplay or whatever it is that you want to change. And then you could go back to the gameplay with a push of a button, just selecting the other scene that you want to go ahead and suggest.
Understood. Okay. So then how am I making my connection to the internet?
So it has an Ethernet port on the back, so it's all hardwired.
Okay.
Directly connected, and then all you would need to do is have your own stream key. So whether you're streaming from Twitch, Facebook, Mixer, YouTube, you just input your stream key, and then you're good to go and to go live.
Okay, so I'm not going through any kind of web interface or anything. I'm just literally streaming straight to my destination.
Right. So no third-party software is needed in between the computer to send it out or anything like that as well. The iPad app itself, once it's synced to the Switch, you could disconnect the iPad and just use the Switch on its own. So the iPad's nice to go, so you can see everything that's moving along, or if you want to make adjustments and stuff like that. But if everything's set and you know exactly what scenes everything is, you don't need the iPad there.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so you took us from the least expensive to something serious. Yes. What kind of price points are we talking about along the way?
So this price point, MSRP is about $99, so fairly low. Again, it's just for entry level if you just want to get one camera or just your gameplay up on the stream. This one is going to be priced at $179, so this is our game capture hub. So this is also Type-C, and then this will give you the ability to output to a local monitor to see your gameplay as well. So this would be more geared toward the gaming streamer as well. And then this one here is going to range between $399 to $499 MSRP. We don't have an exact price yet. This one also comes with an iOS app that will allow you to mix everything from the app and then send it to the computer. So you don't have to rely on third-party software to make the mixing or the adjustments. You can do everything from the phone itself. Yeah.
Okay. And the big one, of course, we have to ask about the big one.
So, yeah, of course. So the video production switch here, MSRP is going to be $999. So for a stream-ready, PC-free production switch, it's a great deal.
Oh, yeah. I mean, as you said, you don't need the iPad, and
Right.
if I can use my iPad that I already have. So, yeah,
Exactly.
that's ideal. That's ideal.
Yep.
Very nice. Very nice. Makes me want to go and get into streaming.
Yep, that's where the money is right now.
Amen. Amen. So over on the other side of the IOGEAR booth, Derek's going to show us some of their cool new things for gaming. Derek, take it away.
So what we have here is our new Commander 2. The Commander 2 allows you to use a keyboard and mouse to play on your favorite consoles, your Xbox, your PlayStation, and now the Nintendo Switch. You can use a keyboard and mouse, plug directly into our Commander 2, plug your controller in, and then allows you to play like you see here with the keyboard and mouse. You can configure it with either your iPhone or your iPad or your Android device. So you can set game profiles, your key bindings, your mouse sensitivity, and you can really do customization from there. Do all kinds of mouse curves and things to help you play better in game. Now, we also understand that people don't always play first-person shooters with a mouse and a keyboard attached. So perhaps you want to pick up your controller, play some football or some Rocket League or something like that. So we also added into the Commander 2 the ability to use controllers from other systems. So we have what we call a crossover control system. So you can use, say, an Xbox One controller on a PlayStation, because there are times when you may want to play on your console, but you don't like the feel of your controller. Instead of having to go out and buy a custom controller, if you're somebody who has multiple consoles, you can take that one controller that is your favorite, and you can now play that on your Xbox One, your PS4, and of course your Nintendo Switch. All of that retails for $99, and it's going to come out about the end of this month, roughly end of January timeframe. So.
Very nice, very compact looking unit, very good looking unit.
Thank you. So the LED tells us what system it is. So as you can see, we're hooked up to, well, actually the Xbox is in the console, but when it glows green, tells you you're hooked up to Xbox. If it glows blue, you're hooked up to PS4, and if it glows red, when you're hooked up to Nintendo Switch. So it makes it really easy.
So is there any significance to the colors moving across the keyboard?
Well, actually, this is one of our RGB keyboards. Now, this is our Hover Pro, and that's just kind of a decorative lighting.
Okay.
So there are 18 different lighting modes in this keyboard, plus you can create your own lighting modes. This is a full RGB keyboard, and as well as it's being aluminum backed, so it's got a very strong chassis to it, so it doesn't flex under pressure. So when you're mashing keys, it doesn't move at all. It also has onboard memory, so you can save your profiles. You can store, I think it's 3 different profiles, as well as being able to store macros and things like that, and of course your lighting and things of that nature. And this retails for under $70. We also have a step up to this keyboard that we're releasing at this show, which is called the Hover Pro X. The Hover Pro X, instead of using just normal mechanical switches, it actually uses optical mechanical switches. So the optical switches don't have contacts. Instead, they rely on infrared light and breaking of that light to perform the switching. So you get 2 benefits from that. Number one, since you don't have contacts, you don't have to electrically debounce the contacts. So it makes them faster. But more importantly, since there is no actual contact, there's nothing that's going to corrode or go bad over time. And it also makes it so it's waterproof. So our actual Hover Pro X, if you spill your drink while you're playing, you just take it over to the kitchen, rinse it out, dry it off, and go back to playing. So, and all of that retails for under $90.
Wow. That's not a bad price point at all for all that.
It's a lot for the money, and that's kind of how we do everything with Caliber Gaming. The goal is to give you value for what you're getting. So, and that leads us into our other mice. We have actually a new mouse this year, which is called our Momentum. It's spelled with 2 M's at the beginning because it is an MMO mouse, or real-time strategy mouse. So it's got 12 buttons built in. It has 16,000 DPI using the PMW 3389 chipset, and it has built-in weighting system. So you can actually configure the weight of the mouse for your style of play. And all of that retails for under $50.
Wow. Okay, very nice. Very nice.
Lots of good stuff.
Yeah, it's always lots of good stuff here. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
But gaming is not all. Marco's going to show us some of the other things that they have here. Marco?
So here we have a bunch of computer accessories. Okay, so at the top here we have some USB-C card readers. We have a card reader that is OTG compatible, so it'll work with tablets, smartphones, anything on the go that requires that compliance. We have power adapters here. So this is one of our newest power adapter. It's Type C. It could do up to 60 watts of output. Now the cool thing about this guy is that it has 5 different outputs that it could range through. So it has the capability to run through for mobile devices, tablets, laptops. So one power adapter can charge all your devices across. So it regulates how much to output depending on what kind of device is hooked up to it.
And it knows what kind of device, so you don't have to do any setting of it.
Right, exactly. You just plug it in, it figures out what the output it needs, and they'll output that directly to the device. All right, so here we have some hubs. Right here is just a basic USB-C hub. It has 5 USB-A ports and SD and micro SD card reader. It's 10 gigs, so it's going to be the Gen 2 hub. This is just a Type-C DisplayPort 8K to 5K cable just to connect a Type-C device like your laptop or something like that to your monitor. So here is another peripheral switch. So this is to be able to share USB peripherals between 2 computers. This guy here also has a file transfer system. So if you install software on the 2 computers, whether it's a Mac or a PC, you could drag and drop files between the 2 laptops. And you could actually take the mouse, move it over, it'll hit the bezel of the laptop, and you'll see it jump to the laptop. So you could theoretically control both laptops with one mouse at the same time. Of course, if you don't want the file transfer, it'll just work as a normal peripheral switch with a button as well. Okay, so here we have our travel docks. So it ranges from docks that have VGA and HDMI inputs, Ethernet and HDMI, all of them with USB-A. And then we have a dual one as well that could connect to dual monitors. So this is our newest Dock Pro. So this guy here is compatible with Samsung DeX, which is going to be the ability to turn your Samsung phone basically into a little desktop. It opens it up fully. It's not just a mirrored image of the phone itself. It'll also work with any laptop, Type-C phone, anything that supports USB-C video output. As an added feature, this will actually replace a Nintendo Switch dock. So if you don't want to carry on the big Nintendo Switch dock, or if you just want to carry on one dock for all your devices, this would be the one that you would need. And then for future, this will be launching early Q1. It is a small tablet adapter. So it flushes in perfectly with iPad Pros, any tablet that has just a Type-C port on the bottom, and then it just opens up some ports for you. So it gives you an audio port, USB port, HDMI port, and a pass-through port to give you keep you connected. And then down here we have our full-size docks. So we have 2 different docks, one for a 13-inch MacBook, which is this one, and then a bigger one for a 15-inch MacBook. This is going to give you dual displays as well with DisplayPort, HDMI, and it gives you a VGA if you require it as well. All this is going to be PD 3.0, so you could get up to 100 watts going through it. So it could charge even your larger 15-inch MacBooks that require 85 watts to be able to charge it as well.
Lots of good stuff there. Something for everybody.
Yep. Whatever you need, it's all here.
All right, so we're going to make 2 more moves. So one more over to the other area. So now we're going to Thunderbolt.
Correct. So these are our Thunderbolt peripherals. So down here we have a card reader that is Thunderbolt. So it has the full capabilities of Thunderbolt at 40 gigabits. So a cool thing about this guy is you can load up 6 SD cards and read them all at the same time. So if you're a photographer that deals with a bunch of different content all together, you can fire everything up and you can read and write simultaneously with all of them as well. We also have a Thunderbolt 3 travel dock, so it makes it a little bit smaller and compact, easy to travel with, gives you dual display, USB port, and an Ethernet port to give you a high-speed Ethernet as well. Going up, we have our GT737, so this is going to be launched later this month, so at the end of January. So this is going to give you a couple USB-A ports and C ports for your devices, an Ethernet port, and dual display port. Now, even though this is Thunderbolt, it does give you the ability to hook up a USB-C laptop as well. So we call it our Quantum Dual Mode Thunderbolt 3 dock. So whether you have a Thunderbolt 3 a Thunderbolt 3 laptop or a USB-C laptop, it will work properly as well. With Thunderbolt 3, you could do dual 4K at 60. With USB-C laptops, it would be dual 1080p. Okay, here's just our previous Thunderbolt dock. So this is strictly for Thunderbolt laptops. Gives you an extra Thunderbolt port, display port, some added peripherals here for Ethernet, audio, and USB as well. All right. So next is up our desktop KVM. So this is for multiple computers, and the ones we have here are DisplayPort. So we have a dual view DisplayPort 1. So this will allow you to share 2 monitors, keyboard and mouse between 2 to 4 computers, depending. We have 2 ports and 4 ports of them. And then our newest one is actually a triple view KVM. So the GCS 1964 here is going to give you the capability to share 3 monitors between 2 to 4 computers. And if you want to go crazy, you could daisy chain another one and get yourself 6 monitors if you have that kind of equipment laying around.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
I don't have the equipment, but it would be a lot of fun to do.
All right. And then lastly here we have another DisplayPort KVM, but this is a secure KVM. I believe this is going to be our GCS 1214 TA. So it's TA compliant. This is more geared toward enterprise facilities or government facilities that need a higher security on their computers. This will give you the ability to blacklist and whitelist certain peripherals. So not everything will work through it, depending on whatever the company is or whatever they allow you to connect to it as well.
Very nice, very nice.
And then lastly, we do have a USB-C KVM, which we are live demoing over here as well.
All right, so let's go there.
Perfect. Okay. All right, so here we have our GUD3C04, or our Access Pro 2-port USB-C KVM switch. So this gives you the ability to share monitor, keyboard, and mouse between 2 USB-C devices. Okay, so here we have a MacBook hooked up and a Samsung Note 9 hooked up. So we have the monitor here with the MacBook running the video. Keyboard is also hooked up here, so you can see the whole desktop here. And if we want to switch over to the Samsung, we just hit our switch button here. And we're here now too as well. So this KVM also supports Samsung's DeX mode. So as you see, it turns the phone into a little desktop. So it runs it very similar to what a Chromebook would look. So you could run all your apps from your phone right here, and your phone works independently on it as well. So you can use your phone as a separate little screen to look at messages or emails and stuff like that as well.
Very nice, very nice. And what kind of pricing is this?
This one is going to be $199. Okay. MSRP, so retail price will vary a little bit.
Right. Marco, so much good stuff here, and I know there's more, and we'll never get to it all.
Right, of course.
What's the best website to go to?
Best website is going to be www.iogear.com. You could go ahead and look through our product lines. We'll have all the gaming products, upstream product lines there, KVMs, computer accessories, everything will be found through there.
And there are so many other great products that we'll come back another time and talk about some of those.
Yep.
So
we have hundreds of products that we could go through if you'd like.
Thanks so much for the time.
Of course, no problem.
Folks, we'll have more from CES in Las Vegas. I'm Chuck Joyner. Thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CashFly at cashfly.com.